Hey everyone, before we jump into today's episode, a lot of people have been asking us about our summer shred challenge, so I just want to let everyone know what is going on there. We're starting a 60-day challenge May 1st, so if you're looking to lose fat, put on new muscle, this is your chance to do it because you can do it with me and Kyle. We'll be actively participating as well as our community. This is for coaching clients only, so there's an opportunity to get access to coaching and the challenge as well as an added bonus to that, and up to $5,000 in prizes. We're giving away a ton of crazy things. We're giving away 10 Starbucks cards, 5 Lululemon cards, $1,000 cash, as well as free terms of coaching, bonus terms of coaching for the winners of this challenge. And if you're looking to create big change, put your money where your mouth is, level up, this is for you. We also have 2 tiers for this challenge, so like a normal mode and an extreme mode. So no matter where you are in your journey, you're gonna be able to fit into this and have a chance to be entered into those prizes. And most importantly, see fantastic change. Unfortunately, the early access pricing did sell out, but before spots do sell it entirely, that you can still sign up through our website. You can also learn more about our coaching, what we do, as well as how to get started in that first link down below. So go ahead, check that out. And once again, don't miss out on this. This is going to be a ton of fun, and we're going to be producing some crazy results. Now into the episode. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Fit, Healthy, and most of all, Happy podcast. As always, I'm your coach and host, Josh, here with
his co-host and co-coach, KG, and I'm in the house.
Today, we're coming at you with 7 tips to make dieting easier. As you heard in the start, it's about that time. People are getting it on their mind. Summer's coming up. It's like, okay, it's time to shred off some of this winter and get focused on my grind. And the good news is these 7 tips are going to make it a whole lot easier. So what's number 1, Kyle?
So number 1 is fully commit with a start date, an end date, and a game plan. And there's a lot to unpack there. But the first thing that I said, fully commit. I find a lot of people struggle because they have one foot in, one foot out. You know, they dip their toe in the water. They kind of want it. They kind of don't want it. And it doesn't mean as much to them. So I find when you fully commit, it makes it so much easier. You know exactly what you're striving for. But even past that, when I ask people about dieting, looking to lose weight, do all this stuff, they don't really have a start date. They don't really have an end date as well. I find those are 2 very important things. Every time I've succeeded, which is typically every time except this one time, I know exactly when I'm going to start and roughly when I'm going to end. It's not going to always be perfect, but if you have that time to look forward to, if you have that, just push, I guess you could say, it helps you stay on track so much better. And then also the game plan. So there's a bunch of things here, but so many people are just kind of going about it and not really understanding when things pop up, what's going to happen, what are my calories going to look like, where am I going to keep track of progress, so many things to consider. And this is something that I wanted to put as number 1 because I really want you to start thinking about it. This is something that will help you succeed no matter what. When you know these things, it's going to make it a lot easier and you will succeed. And there's a higher chance of you succeeding at least.
Incredibly well said. And number 2, adding on to that, is to have a diet cutoff time or a goal. It's a lot easier when you know what you're working towards. If you're just like, I'm going to keep going till I look how I want to look, that time's never going to come, especially when you're in it. It's so easy, even with body dysmorphia, all these different things, to look in the mirror and say, I'm not there yet, or I could shred more. And the problem with this is you can diet into oblivion. And instead, too, you want something that holds you accountable. If you say, I need to lose 8 pounds, I can very easily do this in 8 weeks, but I'm going to allot for a little bit of time for me to have some sort of progress and do it in 10, that's totally fine. If you're someone who's more hardcore, you can do that 8 pounds in 4 weeks, you're more motivated by that, you can say, I'm going to do 4 weeks of that followed by 4 weeks of a dedicated reverse. And that's where having a coach is really helpful, because you can have someone tell you what is obtainable, what's realistic, and you can have someone to hold you accountable to those times. So it makes it a lot easier when you actually have these fixated terms and schedules for you to achieve. And that's not to say that you need to do it in that time. If something pops up and it takes a little bit longer, get back to the drawing board, adjust, and come up with a new plan. But having a rough idea is going to help hold you towards something and make sure you're progressing at a level you're comfortable with.
Awesome. And number 3 is just simply eating similar foods with high protein and high fiber. So once again, a couple of things to unpack there, but we make hundreds of food-based decisions a day. And if we can limit that, it just makes it a lot easier, right? The goal of this episode is to make it so that way you don't have to constantly think about it. You don't have to constantly suffer. You're not always starving and just all this nonsense that typically can throw people off. But I find that if you can have similar foods, but just maybe rotate it around a bit. For me, breakfast is usually the same, but I'll make a couple small changes, as you've heard us say. And it holds me accountable. It makes it so much easier. But I'd say a lot of times when I talk to people that are struggling, their fiber is extremely low and their protein's extremely low. And it has been said that you should be having at at least 14 grams of fiber per 1,000 calories that you're having as a minimum. So if you're having 2,000 calories, at least 28 grams of fiber. And then for protein, aim to just have at least 1 gram per pound that you'd like to weigh. So if you're 155 pounds, looking to be 135, start with 135 grams of protein and go from there. But these are things that are going to satiate you, fill you up, and that's where so many people struggle is they have the right amount of calories, but just what makes up that amount of calories really leaves them feeling crazy hungry, never satisfied. Their satiety's not there, and this alone will make such a big difference and help you succeed so much more.
It's amazing how these small things can make it so much easier. Even for me, just having my breakfast every day, there's just no thought there. I've really worked hard to make my breakfast as powerful as possible by having a lot of protein, by having some quick carbs for me to use in my workout, for me to have some slower burning carbs so I can continue to feel satiated and benefited, to get lots of fiber so I can also feel satiated and not hungry through my workout. But by me having this static, amazing, healthy thing every day, I'm already starting my day in an advantage. I'm already in a great position. Whereas if every morning I'm like, what am I going to eat? I'm not going to get anything. Then you suddenly get super hungry and you go, oh, there's only McDonald's here. You get something horrible. You're behind and you begin to feel worse. So it's really important you change that rhetoric. You take it by the rein and you have something to make it easier. Having really healthy snacks. You're hungry, you're in a pinch, knowing you have high protein options, knowing you have flexible options, knowing you have things that are tasty but also healthy is so freeing and encouraging. And it really just makes dieting a million times easier. So I'm really happy that this one was included in this list because I think it is absolutely fantastic. And that brings me into number 4, which is staying hydrated. A lot of people underplay the importance of water and hydration. It's so easy to mistake hunger for thirst. One of the best things I can recommend doing first thing in the morning after you've been sleeping all day, your brain's been using a lot of energy, your body's been operating, it needs more water. So you can start your day off just with a big glass of water and be in a fantastic situation. We will feel more clarity. You'll just feel less agitation. Your breath will smell better. You'll make better decisions with food. You can't go wrong by doing this. And another tip I recommend is always having your water bottle near you so it's easy. When you want something to grab, you have that first. If you're super hungry, before you eat, you can have a glass of water first as well. And this can really help you have appropriate amounts of food and to be satiated with less food. And just the same, you can utilize 0-calorie hacks to really make your day easier. Coffee, black coffee is a fantastic option. Teas, especially decaf teas, can be just fantastic as well. You can use diet drinks, diet Powerades, things like that to give you a little bit of excitement through the day. BCAAs, there's different tools you can go ahead and use based on what you're comfortable having and the level of what you want to do. But there's lots of things that can kind of fill those gaps and make it a lot easier for you in your day.
Awesome. And I'm just going to add a quick little 4.5 here is just getting rid of the pointless calories. I think that's another thing where some people struggle is that they're not making the most of all these 0-calorie, especially water. Like it is such an incredible thing. And oftentimes opting for juice or maybe alcohol or different things that once again, when it comes to satiation, you're like, holy, why am I so hungry? You've had 600 calories of liquids and things that aren't adding any value. And that's where a lot of people struggle. But number 5 is just making cardio fun. It is one of the greatest things just to kind of incorporate it into your life. When you stop dreading it, stop thinking, I've got to go and burn calories, and you just go about your day and it's just, you got some great movement in, maybe hanging with some friends, going on some hikes, whether you want to incorporate sports, all that other great stuff. Walking is obviously going to be absolutely incredible, but I just find that it goes such a long way. Like I can't say I'm looking at my day saying, I've got to burn calories. Like I got to go and do it. It's just, it's what I know. And of course, it makes it so much easier. We've obviously talked a lot about nutrition, being in a calorie deficit, obviously to lose body fat, to diet, to do all that stuff. Calorie expenditure is another important tool that oftentimes people miss out on, right? A lot of people are dieting, they're starving, not starving, but they're trying to eat less and everything like that, but they're not focused as much on movement. So find different ways, make it fun, spice it up, and that will help you a ton for sure.
For me, even just different activities, even just enjoying walking in general. Walking is one of the best things you can ever do. And you can do hybrid things with your walk. If you want to read, you can do an audiobook while you walk, be out in nature, look around, just get out of the house, get refreshed, get that movement in. Do your cardio. You can feel incredibly productive doing it. I know a lot of people love watching YouTube or Netflix on a treadmill in their house or on a Peloton or something related to that. For me, I love just going through different podcasts and YouTube videos while I'm on the treadmill. I just feel good moving and walking. I know a lot of people love treadmills terminal deaths. There's just so many fantastic opportunities where you can make it more enjoyable, so it's not just all or nothing. You're sitting all day and then you're slamming yourself doing an hour of Stairmaster or something like that. So once again, another incredible tip. And for number 6, and this is probably one of my biggest, most favorite ones, and that is increasing the amount of greens you eat. Even just by having a salad every day, you're going to be amazed at how full you feel. I've said it before, 1,000 calories of like fried chicken isn't that hard to eat. 1,000 calories of spinach or lettuce, you would be stuffed to the rim. It would be absolutely insane. It'd be almost impossible to do. And for me, I love just being able to increase volume with dinner by having a salad. And you might say, I don't like salads, I don't like vegetables. It's something I find when you eat more of it, you crave more of it, and you see how fantastic you feel. You're getting a lot of vitamins and minerals and just all the micros you need throughout the day. You're feeling more full, more satiated, and it's just such an amazing tool to pair with a really great meal because you get more just fullness out of it, and it will help you succeed with less calories. All through my shred, I was having a ton of vegetables, ton of salads, and I can't say I was really that hungry at all. Usually I recommend people dieting be a little bit below the position of satisfied when they are cutting, like being a little bit hungry, but you can kind of hack that by doubling down on the amount of greens you have, because it just really keeps you feeling full. It keeps you feeling energized, and this is one of the easiest things you can do that is often overlooked, and people feel starving because they're eating such simple, non-dense foods that they're not getting satiated adequately, and their hunger levels are all out of whack, and that's causing them to binge out. And you can really negate that by doubling down on your vegetables. Even a really cool hack I like when I'm dieting, if I'm super hungry, I've hit my calories, I say to myself, okay, will I eat a bunch of like plain spinach, or will I eat a bowl of carrots or something like that? And oftentimes I'm like, no, I don't want it. And that tells me I'm just bored and I just want something fun. Whereas if I'm actually hungry, I can go eat some of that and have a little bit more. And that's where that can be a good tool. And that's where people say you don't need to track vegetables or fruits or something like that. I disagree with that because they can add up based on what you're having. But I like that premise of, if I'm at my calories, would I actually eat something like that? And if I am, that's a case where you can say, okay, I'm actually super hungry, and if I need food, I will go have something more high quality like that. But 9 out of 10 times you're going to say, no, I don't want that. I'm just bored. I just wanted ice cream.
Honestly, so well said. Like, you just open up that drawer, have some carrots, maybe grape tomatoes, whatever it is. And oftentimes you find, depends on what you like, but you'll just be like, you know what? I'm okay. I'm going to chill here. Cucumber is one of my favorite ones to do that with. I've done that so much, and spinach as well. And it helps a ton. Just add in a salad a day. That will change your life. Honestly, I think there's so many things out there people are promoting. Oh, try this juice, try this cleanse, do this. But it's simple. You have this thing alone, and I guarantee you're going to feel so much better. You're going to be more stuffed, and there's so many amazing benefits to it as well, micronutrient wise. But number 7, something that's so important, is just simply do it with others. If you're around people constantly who are obviously bulking, who are maybe not even caring about their fitness, who are just in different scenarios, it can 100% be very, very challenging. So I find this just makes it easier, especially when it goes to maybe going out to eat. If you're on the same track, it helps a ton. And that's why, truly, as Josh said at the start of this episode, our 60-day shred challenge is going to be absolutely game changing. I highly recommend fill out an application, check out our website, colossusfitness.com. You can see there, but it's not only us, it's all the other coaches as well, and an entire community posting straight fire for 60 straight days, different recipes, different wins. There's daily challenges, there's weekly challenges, there's prizes. I truly believe the difference between some people succeeding and not is just the accountability that they have, as well as the people that's around them. And if you're surrounded by people who are just crushing it, who are on the same page as you, who you don't want to just let down and everything like that, it makes it so much easier to succeed. So you are not going to want to be on the sidelines for this. I'm telling you, fill out that application, see what we're all about. What's the worst that happens? We will take care of you and get you some guaranteed next level results.
Even if you want to learn more about what we do, how online coaching works, is a great place to start. Just first link, our website. We can walk you through that. We built a landing page. We try to explain it the best we can. Me and Kyle always like to say we do like 1,000 things more than that. We're always like trying to give as much value as we physically can for our clients, but that's a great start to understand what we do, why it's so amazing, and how you can get results from anywhere in the world at any time at an incredibly customized level. But we thank everyone for tuning in today. Use these tools. If you have a friend who's cutting that could use this advice, send it to them. If you're in the fitness space or you just like sharing other incredible content, share this episode to your Instagram story, to Facebook, to your MySpace, whatever it is people are using these days. It helps us grow, and you'll help other people receive this incredible content. So thank you everyone for tuning in today. We'll see you on Monday with the next episode of Motivation Monday. Peace out.